right? Imagine this. Toyota is bringing back one of its most legendary nameplates in a big way. And the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser is shaping up to be one of the most talked about SUVs we've seen in years. If you grew up admiring rugged gunny-wear vehicles that felt unstoppable, this one's going to hit you right in the nostalgia while still feeling totally modern. First off, let's talk about the design, because that's what grabs you before anything else. The 2026 Land Cruiser leans heavily into that classic, boxy, purpose-built look that made earlier generations so iconic. It's upright, muscular, and unapologetically tough. This isn't a crossover pretending to be adventurous. It looks like it belongs halfway up a mountain trail. The squared-off front end, wide stance, and bold grille give it a serious presence. But Toyota has cleaned things up with modern lighting and sharper details so it doesn't feel dated. It's a great balance of old-school Land Cruiser DNA and fresh, modern styling. And that balance really defines this new Land Cruiser as a whole. One of the biggest changes, and probably the biggest talking point, is what's under the hood. Toyota is fully embracing hybrid power here, and honestly, it makes a lot of sense. The 2026 Land Cruiser is expected to come with a turbocharged 4-cylinder hybrid setup. Now, if that makes you nervous because you're thinking about the old V8 days, don't worry too much. This hybrid system isn't about chasing fuel economy alone. It's about usable torque, smooth power delivery, and better efficiency without sacrificing capability in real-world terms. That means strong low-end power for crawling over rocks, towing gear, or pulling yourself out of deep sand, while also being quieter and more refined on the road. Toyota's hybrid systems have proven themselves reliable over the years, and pairing that tech with a legendary off-road platform feels like a smart evolution rather than a downgrade. Speaking of off-road capability, yes, it's still very much a Land Cruiser. This thing is built on a rugged body-on-frame platform, the same philosophy that's made Land Cruisers famous around the world. We're talking serious off-road hardware here. Full-time four-wheel drive, locking differentials, and multiple terrain modes are all part of the story. Toyota is clearly aiming this at people who actually want to use their SUV the way it was intended, not just park it in front of a coffee shop. You'll also see features like crawl control and advanced traction systems that make tough terrain way more manageable, even if you're not a hardcore off-road expert. The idea is confidence. Whether you're navigating a snowy mountain pass, muddy trails, or rocky desert terrain, the Land Cruiser is designed to have your back. But what really makes the 2026 model interesting is how livable it's becoming for everyday driving. Step inside, and the interior is a huge step forward compared to older Land Cruisers. It still feels durable and practical, but now it's paired with modern tech and comfort features that make it feel right at home as a daily driver. You can expect a clean, functional dashboard with a large central touchscreen, physical buttons where they actually make sense, and a digital gauge cluster that gives you all the info you need without being overwhelming. Materials are upgraded to durable soft-touch surfaces, quality, trim, and seats that are comfortable enough for long road trips, but supportive enough when the trail gets rough. Toyota seems to be aiming for that sweet spot where it feels premium, but not so fancy that you're afraid to get it dirty. There's also more focus on practicality, plenty of cargo space, smart storage solutions, and a layout that works whether you're hauling camping gear, tools, or family luggage. It's the kind of SUV that feels ready for anything, which is exactly what a Land Cruiser should be. Now let's talk pricing, because this is where things get really interesting. Historically, the Land Cruiser had a reputation for being expensive, and let's be honest, it priced a lot of people out. Toyota seems to be changing that approach. The 2026 Land Cruiser is expected to come in at a significantly more accessible price point than the last US market version, while still offering serious capability. That puts it in a really compelling position. It's no longer just a luxury off-road SUV, it's more of a return to the Land Cruiser's roots as a tough, dependable vehicle that regular enthusiasts can actually aspire to own. It slots nicely between hardcore off-roaders and high-end luxury SUVs, giving buyers a legendary name with modern tech and real-world usability. And when you compare it to past models, the evolution is clear. Older Land Cruisers were almost overbuilt, massive engines, heavy bodies, and a focus on durability above all else. The 2026 version still respects that heritage, but it's smarter, more efficient, and more in tune with what drivers want today. It's easier to live with, easier on fuel, and still built to last. That's really the story here. Toyota isn't just reviving a name, they're redefining what the Land Cruiser means in a modern world. It's still tough, it's still capable, but now it's also more approachable, more efficient, and more versatile than ever before. If you've been waiting for an SUV that feels authentic, that isn't trying to be something it's not, the 2026 Toyota Land Cruiser might be exactly that. It's a reminder that you don't need flashy gimmicks to make something special sometimes. All you need is a solid foundation, smart updates, and a name that already carries decades of respect. And honestly, it's hard not to be excited about that.